Oh, and of course my fucking speakers would be all fucked up. Alright, we're not gonna play no fucking. I always see this Asian couple over here walking their fucking dog. I wonder where the fuck they live. They must live somewhere close by. Let me hit up NC. Get this show on. Stupid fucking phone. There you go. Wasn't really rocket science. God damn, bro. What's up, bro? Hey, you know what's funny? The fucking FedEx just pulled up and they delivering me my felines right now, bro. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
word
hurry
up.
up, bro.
Word up.
Hurry up and get my shit. Cause I'm gonna somebody had ordered a package and then fucking somebody like opened that shit. You could tell they got a little knife, sliced it, peeked inside, and they seen it was just a microphone
Oh,
cover, so they're like, oh shit, this guy must be in a freaky shit, and he just left it alone or something like that. But let me go get my package real quick because I don't want nobody to fuck with it. But
yeah. No, I don't blame you.
but what's good with you, bro? What's happening? What's the heck?
Not much. Another day. Yeah. That's all life is to me right now. Another day.
Another day,
Thankful to be
another
here,
dollar?
Yeah, what
I,
you
I
feeling all
want
right?
to say I'm feeling better. I woke up feeling like if a fucking midget kicked me in the throat or some shit. And
Yeah, fuck that dude,
straight up,
man.
bro. Yeah. It's funny too because I hit him up. I hit him up on fucking on here, and I told him, "Yo, bro, you got me."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell him you got me sick because that was the thing. I wanted to see if he was gonna own up to it. So I was like, "Yo, bro, I got sick from the show
Mm-hmm.
the other night." And he was like, "Yeah, man, that's why I was wearing a mask because uh the COVID is still out here, you know what I mean? You gotta what the fuck did he say? He's like, you know how it is?" And I was like, "Man, fuck you, that's how it is, bitch. What the fuck?"
Yeah, I think we was talking about this yesterday. I think people would learn by now. You feeling sick, just stay the fuck home. Don't get me sick because you feel like you missing the action or whatever. Don't be
The
ignorant.
money isn't worth your health. Money is not worth your health, people. All you dumb fucks out there who are going to the club every day, sick as a bitch, fuck y'all. Over here super spreaders and shit, bro.
I don't do all that. So shout out to you for having. Y'all have dope venues out there, like not even venues, just like nice spots you can
There's
do stuff out here
none
in
of that.
Indy. None of
Well, I think
none
I
of
think
that.
I told you
It's
there's a
whack.
dichotomy of like it's so oversaturated over here, like especially LA
Yeah,
versus in Indiana is nothing. And I think yeah,
yeah.
I
There's
think
nothing.
well from what you said, like have you been outside and actually tried to like check shit out and all that? Uh-huh. And there's
Yeah,
nothing?
it's just typical shit, man. Like there's maybe like one place you could do it at, but I don't know. It's like 30, 45 minutes away from me, so there's nothing like super local. I consider local maybe like 20, 25 minutes. If I gotta drive like damn near a whole hour, then it's like not really local to me.
Yeah,
It's like damn near
bro, there's
downtown.
there's a spot in Palm Springs which is like an hour away, but
Mm-hmm.
it's literally a casino. It's like a bar. I think you gotta pass Morongo. So the Morongo Casino, you gotta pass that, and you're fucking what is it? The bar or whatever, the venue's right there. But I'm not gonna go an hour to fucking the desert.
Yeah, we have no casinos. The nearest casino is like an hour away,
I
30,
didn't even know they
45
had
minutes away.
casinos out there, bro. I thought the only casinos you could only have a casino on like Indian territory, right, or some shit like that. You could
Say one
only
more time.
have like a casino around like Indian territory and shit, nah?
No, you can. There's a casino north of me, and then there's a casino that's probably like 30,
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes away. But I've never been, but that shit ain't for me. I don't gamble. Gambling ain't for me.
Yeah,
So
bro. People gamble their whole lives away, bro. Their whole house away, their whole everything away, bro.
I like, yeah, I don't have a
Yeah,
lot, but I like my
me
money.
too. A
So
fucking a gamble is buying a record you thought was fire, and then like you know what I mean, and it just sucks. Or like buying a record you never heard or whatever, and you're like, oh, I can't use none
mhm.
of this shit. Hmm.
Very well said. You reminded me to get rid of. I got like I told you, I got like shelves of records.
Hmm.
I got like half a shelf I got to get rid of. It's like yeah, probably paid
I
$20 for nothing, but
feel you,
whatever.
bro. Um,
That's the
a lot of records I got from Riverside from what was that record shop called? Um, Groovers. It was called Groovers. It ain't there no more. I don't know. I think it's just hollowed out, like the business, like the build, like yeah, like it's still there, but I
probably.
don't think no one's got it yet. But I remember when were clearing, they were clearing everything out, and the record shop
Mm-hmm.
dude, he was a student at UCR, and I guess um I don't know if it was like a project thing, but he was like the clerk manager, what like everything. He was the only dude working there, and I remember I would buy like 40 records at a time, and this is when I didn't know how to dig. I didn't know shit about producing, so I was buying like fucking like dumbass swing records and like doo-wop records, like really shit you can't sample at all. Um,
I mean, you sometimes can find something on there, maybe like
yeah,
one
yeah.
thing.
I still got,
But
I
most
still got
parts,
all the records. It's just like I don't know. I just don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with them. Maybe like if I get bored, I'll bring them out and re-listen to them again. But I remember my total would be like $5.64 or something like that. And I would ask the guy, I'm like, hey man, you think I could get a discount? And he would be like, bro, I'm giving you these records for a quarter a piece. He's like, you really? He's like, and you're asking me for a discount? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, just give me $5, just $5 flat. I was like, yeah, like fucking, you can never do that now.
dude, I'm jealous. I always spend like $100
Oh
on like the
hell no!
record
And how
store
many
every time.
records you get at with that right there on average?
10 to 15, but I make sure they're all good now. Typically, if I'm going to the place where I do that, like I can go listen to them.
10 to 15 records, yeah. Like, and are you buying like LPs or singles or yeah?
I don't buy 45s. I should get into 45s, but I'll tell you what, if there was a place that if someone put me on, like another person who's like me who's into records, who knows spots and shit, and they were like, yo, this is a place for rare 45s, I'd go buy 45s, but 45s really ain't my thing. I just
Yeah,
buy LPs.
the Sonido del Valle, they have it's in East LA. They have like pretty much like 75% of everything they have is 45s. So literally, yeah, like
Okay. All different kinds of music
yeah, like they'll have
on the 45.
fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, R&B, blues, jazz, the soul records, like just a whole bunch of shit that is pretty wild to me. And it's usually on average like $5 to $8 a piece.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, that's not bad.
Um,
That's not too.
what is it? But I think now that I understand digging more and shit like that, because digging in and of itself is an art. Like a lot of producers, I
Yeah,
feel like not take it for granted, but I just think that like it's YouTube is so easy to just open up, look up whoever's YouTube channel, they have all the records, and it's like the not that they're spoon feeding it to you, because I think of it like it's it's a digital record shop, in my opinion. You're gonna find something that you
Yeah.
like every other song or whatever the fuck. And to me, it's the same shit. But to me, that's a little too easy when you actually gotta go take an hour drive somewhere, or go on those little hole in the wall shops that you're like, hold on, that's a record shop. You pull
Yeah.
over and it's like a rinky dink ass shop, and you find that one record. Like I found the what's the Warren G Regulators? Is that Michael McLaren or Michael? It was a cold black night, the midnight moon. Regulator, whatever
Yeah.
Regulators is, I found that record like in Laverne. It was like a fucking hole in the wall shot, and I was like, wow, So basically, I'm trying to get into like digging, like again, more for sure.
You
We
out
got
there
more
over here, I
spots.
would say. You probably have to travel from
Mm-hmm.
where you're at, but they're down south. Like I know, I'm cool with some other people out there in Cali, and the spots are down south. That's what I've heard about everything. You go any state down south, that's where the records are at. Like South
Mm-hmm.
Indy, that's where the records are at for sure. Like I've told you, go to Bloomington, Indiana, that's where the records are at. That's where I go dig now. I really don't dig too much elsewhere around Central Indiana
Yeah.
anymore. It's just you're gonna pay a lot of money for not nothing, but just like, and it's not the most obscure shit. And I only want to buy
Mm-hmm.
the rare, obscure shit. That's all I want to buy. I could care less about anything else, unless it's something I want. But I pretty much
Yeah.
have most
Yeah.
records that I want. Like I already completed my Madlib shit, so, and I had to get most of that
Oh
money.
shit.
So
Yeah,
I was like, no.
Madlib is like one of those artists you could only get at fucking like Amoeba or something like that. You know what I mean?
Not even his, like, because I got the his yesterday's new Quintet Jazz LPs. You can't find those anywhere. To be honest with you, you'll be lucky if you find anything like that, and you'll pay a lot of money for it, decent amount. So I said, "Fuck it, we'll go online,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm paying 50 or less, and I ended up
Yeah,
missing like 3.
with over here,
But
you'll find Madlib shit, but you'll fucking the record. Like I got the Unseen at Amoeba. I got
mm-hmm. We got tons of that out here. You
Yeah,
go to
that's
any
what
record shop, they
I
have that
mean.
on
Like
show now.
it's like it's uh uh, it's one of those things that are in demand now. So you'll find Mad Villainy, you're gonna find the Unseen, the Further
Yep,
Adventures,
that's
but things like
mm-hmm.
all like the fucking medicine shows and shit like that, like the real. That's what
Fine.
I mean. Like those shits where it was like no one's really checking for them. You're not gonna find them there. Like not at all. You know.
Yeah.
Um.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll tell you this. You can call me crazy. I spent $100 on a Madlib
Which
CD.
one?
Last Electroacoustic Space Jazz and Percussion Ensemble, Summer Suite and Fall Suite. I got both. I paid $100 for each out of a record shop in California. Incredibly
Fuck.
rare. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy
So
it.
like.
Why not? I said, fuck. Because I
Mhm.
like the music a lot, actually. So, yeah, but I paid $100. But my mom thought I was crazy. And then I played her the music, and she was just like, this is good, but you're still crazy for paying $100 a CD. I'm like, hey, you're not going to find it. Because that shit came out like almost 13 years
Yeah.
ago.
That. Mhm.
I missed the play. So,
Yeah, that reminds me of the Kraft singles record you got. ALC and Bob.
someone's got to buy that. Yeah, someone's got to buy that. I
The
need the money so I can get
offers,
some new
the
instruments.
offers I
Because I don't need
seen
it.
on Twitter was like, wow, like this is disrespectful as fuck.
Not just broke, man. And they
Yeah.
casual fans. You know what I
Mm,
mean? They don't know shit like I would have. But that shit's worth, I think it's worth well over
yeah.
$1,000.
I
Easy.
told you, you
Easy.
got it. You can't
Somebody will buy it.
you can't sell that shit for no less than 5 G's, bro. Like that's
I'm saying. I might go to Pawn, what's it called? Pawn Stars. I might go out
oh
to
yeah.
Vegas and see if I can sell that motherfucker.
You're gonna go to
But I
Pawn
know
Stars
that
and be
shit.
like
Yeah.
they'll bring like Eddie Sancho or something. He's gonna be like, yeah, this record 100 has only been pressed, and this record is worth 10,000, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I want 10,000, and the guy's like, I'll give you $25.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll take a nice cool 8. That's what I want. A nice
8,000.
cool 8 for that, so I can get everything and get my instruments and move on. Because I've never played it, and I've told you, I'm not really I'm not into Makami as much as I used to be when I was in high school. I don't think the stuff he's putting out now is nearly as good to me than like the early stuff he did, like the early Dollar Menu stuff, like HBO, all
The
that shit. What
school,
else am I missing? You know what I'm talking about. I thought that shit was
Dia de
yeah,
los
yeah.
Muertos.
Dollar Menu 2 is my shit, though. Dollar
Really?
Menu 2 is my shit. Woo!
You and
There's some
you and
bangers
One
on there.
Boys can agree on that because I think Dollar Menu 1 is better than 2, and I think he said 2 is the best one.
Ooh. I think 2 is the best one. I've heard all of them, and I just think, I don't know what it is. I remember I heard it the day it came out on
Hmm.
SoundCloud. Something about the beats, man. Dumb. A lot of those beats are dumb. I was pretty shocked because they're pretty. That's how you do drumless
Hmm.
shit, but you make it
Yeah,
banging.
you gotta Well, shit. I mean, how many fucking songs are on there? Like 6, 7?
I think like
Hey,
7.
One Voice, we talking about a Dollar Menu too, bruh. Y'all gotta connect on that.
Yeah,
I'm all about peace and positivity, bro. I'm not with the whole artists banging on each other. Like, you know, I'll tell you what though, if no one buys, what is it? The craft singles vinyl. Once this shit is on and popping, I'll buy it
mhm.
off you for 9 G's, bruh. What? No,
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
you got
I'll
to,
fucking hold you to
cause
that.
I love
Here. I'll
Makami to this
yeah, I'll
day. Like Makami is like my fucking like he's like he's like my fucking santo, dog. If I had a Makami candle, I wouldn't even light it. I would just have it next to my window, like fucking.
I mean, I'll tell you what. When he first came out, I was really into it, but now I'm not nearly tapped into as much as I like him than I used to. And same with Alchemist.
Mm.
I'm not as into it now. You know,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
change.
What
But
is it? Fuck was I gonna say? I'll say the last two albums that he recently did would be like Pray for Haiti and the Balanced Show. That's the Hot Candles. That's the one where he's wearing yellow and shit, or it's like a yellow cover.
I didn't even listen to
Bro,
those. I'll
what's
be
his
honest
name?
with you.
Nicholas Craven and Nicholas Craven, Conductor Williams, and Sadhu Gold are like his best producers. Like they fucking smoke everything. Like for him. That's his art.
Yeah.
And I think my dog's hungry, so I gotta go feed him some food. But yeah, man, that
Yeah, man.
craft singles, I'll buy it for sure because Makami is like the illest to me. I feel like um he's the MF Doom of like this generation, you know?
Yeah, I could totally agree with that for sure. But yeah, I mean, shit, I don't think anyone will buy it. So yeah, if that time ever comes,
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
go ahead. You can have dibs on that. But I'll tell you what, if someone comes to me, if some hype beast really comes to
Hmm.
me and they got that money, that cheddar cheese, and they're like, I'll give you 20 for it. It's gone, easy. That's easy. I
I
can do a
don't blame
lot
you, bro.
with that.
20 G's for one record, that's like upfront house money right there, bro. Yeah,
That's some more good shit right there.
you could do a lot with 20,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Shit. What would I do? I might go get a space. You know what I mean? I might go get it like a studio space, strictly studio space, like a garage. Pimp that shit
You
out.
gotta just get a fucking public storage, bro.
Yeah. Shit, I used to work in storage. You can't do that
Nah,
shit. You can't live in a
well,
unit.
how come I feel like people have done that already?
I guess it depends on the state because at least in Indiana, the storage laws are different. You can't do none of that. You can only like store shit. But I know some people who like live in storage units or like work out of a storage unit.
Fucking nasty.
But very difficult to do that here under the laws.
Yeah, I think in Cali you can't really do that shit. The fucking
I know probably what you got to do to live. Though.
I don't know what it is, bro. Like it's just a storage space. Like what if I just want to live there real quick?
Technically, when I was in storage is real estate, man. The people who like, if you're a property manager, like let's say you work for like a franchise in storage. If you're a property manager, I mean, like, and you're working for one of the big companies, what's like a big public storage, right? Is that one? I don't know. Or shit, it's been so long, I don't even remember them. But like, it's they take that shit seriously. Like, you got to do your job, or you get in trouble.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be caught fucking sleeping somewhere with empty 40s around you. So what happened?
Yeah, man, actually. So like, yeah, and I had to take somebody out because they had like a whole cot. They had a 10 by 25 storage unit, and they had like a whole cot there. Like they stopped paying their unit. We cut their lock, and we were like gonna sell their shit at auction, and there was like nothing good. This dude had like a whole like setup to live. Like he had a cot, he had all these blankets and shit. And I remember we told him, we were like, "Yo, you gotta pay for the unit, or like you're gonna end up paying for the unit, and then we could probably we could get you to jail or some shit, or get a charge on you."
Oh,
Because
you
sign
do?
contracts, you know what I mean? Yeah, you sign like you sign a lease. At least here, when you sign a storage unit, you sign a lease.
So with public
basically.
storage, like what was like the kind of shit you were doing out there?
I didn't work for public storage. I worked for prime storage, but a lot of them
Oh,
are
for real?
the same. Like office work and then maintaining the lot and property and all that. And sometimes some people don't pay their unit. You got to do collection calls. There was a lot of shit, I'll be honest with you. And those motherfuckers, since they knew I worked during the pandemic, you know what I mean, in 2020, because I needed a job bad. Fuck it, I could get this job. No drug test, none of that. And they were underpaying me because I have a college degree. I was getting paid $13 an hour. I could get like 25. I was losing some money working that job. No. But I learned a lot too, and I'm glad I don't work that shit anymore. I learned that being in management is not all that good.
I remember working $11.50 offloading containers all day, every day.
Yeah, some bullshit, man.
I
You got some
got
tea
to,
there?
bro, because this fucking dickhead. Oh yeah, that's fucking, you know how it is out here. Yeah, you know how it is when you get smacked too.
What kind of tea you drinking? I'm big on tea. I'm a tea enthusiast. All
I'm
day, every
sipping
day.
on the fuck is this? It's just chamomile.
Okay.
Yeah. What
No, that's
you
good though.
like?
Really any type of green tea, I'll drink that. Echinacea tea
Oh,
is
for
really
real?
good when you're sick, actually. What else?
Jasmine,
Jasmine.
that's some bomb. I actually went to fucking China and they had a whole jasmine tea bushes and shit like that, bro. Like wild. They had fucking
Authentic shit.
tea where it was like a little flower bud. You would bloop, put it in the tea and it would fucking flume into a flower and shit. And beautiful.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what Finish
Mm-mm.
Line is, right? Like the store?
Nah,
You
what is
guys don't
that?
have Finish Line out there? All right, never mind. It's probably comparable like a Foot
Oh
Locker. You
yeah, we
probably have
got
Foot
Foot
Locker.
Locker. It's the same shit. It's just like a fucking like a athlete's feed store.
Okay. Never mind. I was gonna say if you guys have Finish Line out there, I was gonna say then Finish Line smells exactly like jasmine tea. Jasmine tea, like whatever the smell they got in Finish Line smells exactly like jasmine tea.
What's good?
100%.
Who's that? Who's on the check-in? Josh Clare? Have I even met you? Hold on. I don't want to. This ain't about you. Hold on. This is about a tea conversation. We're having plenty of tea. Bitches get tea bag.
We gotta get an album
We
soon,
do
you
got to
know what I
talk
mean?
about it. It's just
The rest.
fucking. I had to go feed the dog. Gotta go make some more tea because these fucking maricons are over here getting other people sick when they fucking should be at home. You know.
Yeah, some.
Um, what is it? All right. So where we left off on Sunshine, and um, pretty much it's like some gangster shit with like the soulful shit, and then we get into the album where we really talk about some deep shit. So we have Raul and Mushroom Pizza, and Raul, I've already spoken on him already. He was like one of my best homies from high school. He fucking so like since we're talking about it, I'm gonna talk about it. That day he passed away, I walked home, and um at this point he wasn't going to school because he paid like $200 to fucking uh like a get out of high school free card or a get out of high school test. He literally could have just
Mhm.
kept going to school and just graduated for free, but he paid $200 to fucking, you know, so graduate pretty much. And I walked home, and on Twitter, somebody fucking tweeted, Raul died, rest in peace. And this is somebody who like probably never even knew him. You know what I mean? We went to school, but this fool was probably like 2 years older or like 3 years younger than us. Or yeah, like 2 or 3 years younger than us. So I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, can you imagine if someone tweeted like, oh, sir, like a random person, like, oh, Serbs died, like, rest in peace, God forbid. You'd be like, what the fuck? How did like what? So um I called one of my good homies who was like another best homie of Raul, and he told me like, yeah, the fucking cop shot him. He's on the way to the hospital. I really don't know what's going on. And it turns out that fucking he robbed a Jack in the Box, gave the money away, and was just waving a revolver in traffic. It wasn't loaded. So when the cops they when they confronted him, my opinion is like, like he made a motion like if he was gonna start shooting, but he didn't have shooting it, and they shot
Right.
him like 5 times, I think. And um he passed away on like the fucking hospital table or whatever the fuck it was. Um and yeah, that shit kind of it kind of fucked me up for like a long time. Like that shit is still kind of like fucks with me to till today. It doesn't really. It's not as heavy as like it once was because I dealt with it. You know what I mean? Um, and
Yeah.
the mushrooms is kind of like what brought me to like kind of deal with it because when I was on mushrooms, like if you've never done mushrooms, this is only like one reality. Like, you know what I mean? And the mushrooms, I feel like break down the walls and it makes you see and like perceive the world a certain way. Um, so the first trip was really like fucking, I was like all high and giddy and giggling at shit. And, you know, then the next couple times I did it were like really like, I was like really confronting like my inner demons and shit like that. So that's what mushroom pizza is. And mushroom pizza is a reference to Raul. I think the first time he ever tripped, he put shrooms in a Costco pizza. I could never have the balls to do that. Then again, the first time
Yeah.
I tripped, I ate like 10 grams of like Mexican mushrooms. So I definitely got on a rocket ship the first time. Uh, for real?
Done that much before. I've done fair. I've done a good amount, like maybe like five,
Yeah,
5.5, but I've never done more than
10
that.
grams will definitely you definitely be one with the earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if I did do it again, I probably would just microdose it, man. I would not do no eighth shit again. I think I'm good off doing that. I did that like 6 or 7 times, and
Yeah, bro.
you learn something about
hmm
yourself though, or how to adapt. At least
Yeah,
yourself.
it's really like the fucking, it's like what do they call DMT? Like the God molecule or whatever the fuck.
I would probably
Yeah, that's what
maybe I would never do that.
that's what they call DMT,
No.
or I guess I've heard it's called the God molecule, because it really puts you in a different atmosphere. So on Raul the song, it's there. I think there was only like two different broadcasts, if not only one, of when Raul of when they covered Raul's passing. Stop licking yourself, Presley. You're fucking the live up. You're fucking the whole story up. Go over there. Go. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So yeah, so they only covered his fucking, like, when he passed away. I think there was only like two news stations that covered it, but one of them, they actually talked to his dad. So when you hear the song and he's like, I don't have any words, like, I'm praying for all the officers and shit involved in the altercation, like, that was actually his dad. And yeah. But then they talked to random, like, they covered random people. Like, I'm pretty sure Raul only met them or knew them on like a acquaintance type shit. If I stayed around, they probably would have got a statement from me. But that shit hurt me so hard, like, it hurt me so bad that I only went to like the candlelight visual for like 5 minutes, and I left because I was like, I couldn't deal with it, like, at all. Like, it fucked me up like that shit, like, because I had like Ian, one of my best homies, Ian, he passed away like in March. Like, if like Raul died in August, in March of that year, like 5 months prior, fucking he passed away. So all this shit was just kind of in my head, and I couldn't even deal with it. Like, I don't know. I'm like a fucking hermit like that, where I can't deal with it. I don't know. You know. Have you ever been through shit like that, or like lost any of like your homies and shit? God forbid. Oh
My
yeah,
dog,
that's basically,
I don't have no homies
yeah.
anymore, so it is what it is. You know, if any of my old homies did pass, I move on. I don't, not to sound, I mean, I'm not cool with them. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. But to me, it's like, it's not about the title, you know. Like what they, like, whatever they mean to you is like the effect of the loss. So maybe you didn't fucking lose a friend per se, but like, you lost a friend in the sense that you grew up with the dog, and you know that was like your best friend. Like, I totally understand that, bro. Like, I get
Yeah, that was an easy one, man. That's probably the hardest loss I've
Yeah,
dealt with.
how you dealing with that? Because I know everyone grieves differently, but like, is there like a process?
I'm probably missing more now than I did when it happened. You know, after time goes, I want to get me and my mom. We might get a new dog. I mean, like, you can never replace the one before, and I kind of feel guilty, like, maybe getting a new dog. But I'm sure if my dog was still here, he probably would want us to move on.
Yeah, but you know, the dog is a sacred animal to me, bro. Like, it's
I
like,
agree.
to me, I don't know if this is like a quote or something, but like, or I think I've seen this somewhere where it's like, fuck, I already forgot the quote, but it's like, dogs can't speak because they show you what actions are versus words, or something like that. They show you that, like, dogs can't speak because they're showing you their actions, and not through words. Like, they can't, like, something like that. You get what I'm trying to say, right? That shit is crazy. I've lost a few dogs myself. That shit is fucking nuts. What happened? Yeah, I got Presley up in the building. Presley, you want to say hi to NC? Yeah. Tell him what's up, buddy.
Yeah, Presley's
the triple OG. Look at him. Don't try to kiss me while we're on live. Don't do that. This isn't that kind of party over here.
He got
the MS Doom, bro. He got the Cosby sweater on, bro. What does he say? Could the Iron Mask of the Cosby sweater. Yes, you. We need food.
You dripped out, man.
We need food, huh, Presley? We need food? Nah? Okay. All right. But yeah, I love my dog to death. For sure. So yeah, so that beat for Raul was kind of like, it was so interesting to me because I felt like I couldn't rap on it. Like I had to put a skit to it. And I think I had the beat playing and I had the news segment going and it just fit. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to say nothing. Kind of like words from Picasso and Matisse. Like I just wanted to have like one whole song where it's like I'm not like no one's saying nothing. It's just like a straight up like skit song.
Yeah, some not even like a skit. I mean, you can gain something from it. It could be wisdom. It could be just learning something.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that day pretty vividly, bro. It's kind of scary. When I heard Mushroom Pizza, though, that's when I was like, if Shrooms was a beat, that would be the fucking beat, bro. Like that shit is wild. How did you come up with that beat right there? I can't hear you. Hold on. I can't hear jack shit.
Hold on.
All right, yeah. What happened?
Better?
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not sure. My bad. Maybe my phone. It was some Japanese. I chopped that shit up, and I had some drum break that I chopped up and added some additional shit on there. And came together.
That's fucking.
I think it was at least. I don't remember all my beats. I'm trying to think. I think it was.
I'll tell you, that shit is fire. I was looking at our last live, and I was playing the music, and it fucking sounds horrible. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that again this time. I think I'm just gonna pick one line that is the most significant for me from every track. So with this one, I think for me what stands out is I know what's hell and it's parallel to wealth. In my mind, it's like people want money so bad. People want all the money in the world. Like especially in like American society, we value money to like a fault. Like God forbid you're not driving the new Ferrari or you have the new fucking Gucci slippers or whatever fucking dumb shit is new out there. You're not cool, you know? And I feel like it's a hell that we created for ourselves because we value fucking dumb shit as a society. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For some people, I'm me personally, I'm not like that. I'm a survivor, man. If I can get the basic necessary thing to get me from point A to point B, whether it be a car, really anything, if it makes the use work for whatever the need is, I'm
I
good,
would like to.
You know? I'm not
I would like to think I'm that way, but as soon as I don't have enough money to buy like just some dumb shit, like even today, like I wanted, you know, I wanted to buy like some soup and shit, but I know like the order I want is like $20-something. Like I can't just be spending money, you know what I mean, on fucking shit like that. Because like I got bills, I got shit I gotta do. Then it kind of made me sad, but then I had to think like, bro, you eat good, you got a closet full of fucking clothes, you know, I could I make the art the way I want to do it. What more do I possibly need? I don't need to fucking, you know, I got food. There's food that literally goes bad. Gotta throw it away, you know, and it's just, at what point do we stop and think this shit that we're doing, it becomes wasteful? The whole, you know, every time the new iPhone drops, gotta get a new iPhone because you're not the cool guy if you don't got the new iPhone. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's more of like what the shrooms taught me. It's like all this shit that you value, all the things that you really bitch about or care for, it don't mean shit, you know. So that's kind of
Yeah.
really like that
Hmm.
track. I really love the beat. Is there anything that stands out to you in that song? Or yeah. Hmm.
How you put it together, because I think the beat complements what you have. I'm sure you pulled like some new skit maybe off the internet to put it together, but I think I didn't, without you explaining it to me, I wouldn't necessarily understood it. But like when you listen to how it unfolds, it's very,
Hmm.
sad. It's very depressing. But once you explain it, I'm like, okay, I see
Hmm.
how it's important to you. That moment, it comes together like the beat comes
Yeah.
together.
Wait, what are you talking about? Like what skit? Like what shit? Like the yeah.
You
Yeah.
mushroom pizza, right?
There's no.
Yeah.
It's just me rapping over the beat. There's no. Well, it's Raul, which is the beginning. You know. Um,
Oh,
are
I
you
know.
talking about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part?
okay.
Like
Yeah,
that piece?
yeah. I, I'll be honest. I
Uh,
got to go back and listen to that. I'm trying to think what was the second beat. I'll have to go back and listen to that.
it's yeah, 10 grams of that tampanesis, and the shroom pizza told me what's the thesis. Genius. I know what's hell and it's parallel to wealth. A paracel for health. Krill cells. I'm just lucky I haven't done kill myself. You know.
I'll have to look. I'll be honest with you. I'll have to go back and listen to that because I don't think I heard the one where you. No lie. I do not remember hearing the one where both of them are together. The one that I have that you sent me
Oh,
is
okay.
just the Raul one. I don't think I have the one that has both. Because I'm trying to think. Because I'm like, did I
Yeah,
hear that one? Because I'm like,
because it's Raul and mushroom pizza in one song. Yeah, yeah. If you could
let
pull
me
it
see
up and
here.
listen to
I'll
it, that'd
go
be
to my.
better because it would just wouldn't make sense
Yeah,
if I played it.
yeah, yeah. Let me see here real quick because I'm actually curious. Let me see if I even have it. I might. Let's see.
Shout out to Lexi. There's a bunch of random people that are like on the live and shit, and then they leave because it's like shout out to Lexi
Yeah,
McAllister wherever you at. Tap in. Shout out where you from real quick. While while
she's probably
NC
at
pulls it up.
work.
Yeah, you left. Bye. Adios.
Yeah, she probably. Let me go here. Oh, okay. I'll be honest with you. I have not heard that. Because I was waiting. I was actually waiting for you to send me what you were gonna do to that beat because I know you told me you were, and I'm like, I guess he hasn't done it yet. Hold on. Damn. Hold up.
Listen to how it goes from Raul to mushroom pizza though, because it's like bang.
Hold up. Oh, damn. Damn, those transitioned really
That's
well.
that's
Good on you for that.
that's just dope,
I'm
bro.
impressed.
That's all you right there. It rattles in my mind, so I'm high in the sky, diamond mind
Mm.
fly.
How did I
It's
miss
all
this? I
good, bro.
apologize.
That's what we here for.
Yeah. No, this is fire.
I'm spinning like a changer.
Mm.
Thank
You sound
you.
great on this.
It's dangerous, hazardous thoughts of a man, pineal gland. See the future in my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
So the
I,
second
I
beat.
also wanted to captivate how the shrooms just hit you. Like when it goes from Raul to mushroom
Yeah.
pizza, that's exactly how it felt when like I think maybe like the last time I tripped, but it was so weird because I was
Mm-hmm.
watching something on YouTube and I'm like, man, why do I feel like I'm still tripping? And once my brain realized, like it hit me, I was like, ah, like all fucking. Literally, that's how I sound. Like I laughed
Mm-hmm.
hard, but with the shrooms hitting me, what I sounded like was like, I was like, I sounded so fucking dumb, like like and then
Mm-hmm.
like I was watching, I don't know if you've ever seen the Big Body Beth interview on No Jumper. I was watching
Yeah.
that, and Big Body Beth was talking like big body, blah, blah. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
I was like freaking the fuck out. Um, but yeah, um, I never really spoke about my mushroom trip, and I know you've done it. I would never do it again. Just because I already deal with like anxiety and all this other shit. I really don't need to do that again. I'm good. I don't give a fuck how good the trip is. I don't want to take that chance to where like I go back in the dark hole and I stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
I'm cool. But like off of the first listen, like what do you think about it? Because I thought you had already heard it. I didn't know this was like your first time.
I honestly don't remember hearing that second part. I was like, because I just told you, I was waiting to see if you were going to send me what you were going to do with that beat. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe he's still like working on it. I know he was going to do that, but I haven't heard it yet. I'm like, oh, now that I hear it. So I'll tell you what, how you execute the transitions on a couple of songs where it's one beat and it goes into another. You picked them how they transition to each
Mm-hmm.
other greatly. Like that is probably, and that's probably the best transition,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's more of like I wish I could tell you like I'm a genius and shit, but it's more so a feeling. Like I'm like heavy into
Yeah.
God, and I feel like God guides. Like God makes the shit the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I could pick beats all day. I could pick the fucking most meticulous beats and be a scientist with it, and it might not be the same. It might not sound the same. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
with me, it's
Mm-hmm.
just more so I'm a vessel, really, and just whatever comes out of my mouth has really less to do with me and more so like my past, my trauma, and like my God-given like energy. Because really, I'm just like this thing that can talk, could say words and say shit nicely, but I feel like God really puts the words, put says the things that I need, like controls, like everything. Like I'm a big believer in like we all have predestined lives. Like God has seen everything. There's no way you could be like, oh, tomorrow I could fucking go buy a burger and shit and come back home and everything will be good. But what you might not know is you might get in some crazy car crash, a fucking bird could shit right on your head. You know what I mean? And like, bro,
That never happens to
I
me.
think a bird
I
shit
thought
on me in
about that
high
before.
school, and after that, I try to throw a rock at every other bird I seen and shit. Like, fuck these motherfuckers.
Yeah, fuck that. That
That's
would
the
be a
only thing
bad
you
day,
got
I
to worry
swear.
about in Cali is you walk into a dispensary somewhere, you come outside, you smell the eighth, and you just get shit on. Now you got to smell some OG shit, bird shit, kush. You know what I mean? Oh shit. All right, so I have some questions too. Let's get into some questions. All right. What is the difference between this album and like the other albums you've made?
You're probably the best MC I've worked
Yes.
with.
Thank you very much. That's what I do it for.
I'll,
That's what
yeah, with, with not many, but the ones I have worked with don't. I mean, not that it's a comparison, but you are definitely the most skilled, and you definitely have a vision of what you want to do and how you want to execute it, and that's something I really respect compared to other people that I've worked with. They
Mhm.
no disrespect, know. But you got the vision of
Yeah, I feel the
the
same thing with you. Like maybe you don't have like you know a fucking direction like knowledge where it'll be like hexual ceilings part 1 2 3 or like it'll be like a bunch of Meek Mill flips, but like you have your own like sound, and every beat tape you come out with, or I don't even like them calling them beat tapes. It's just every album you come out with is like really it's its own, bro. Like who's dropping fucking 30 track beat albums anymore? Like that's right there. Like I remember John Wayne, like almost every beat tape, or not maybe every beat tape, but some like maybe like one or two of his beat tapes had like 30 beats. Like that's fucking awesome, bro. You know what I mean? Like you know that's a testament to the artist, the producer that just all day hammering that shit like nails and shit on the wall. You're every day you're just putting nails and you're making something. You're building something that is all like coming together to build like a grander thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into instrumental shit. I always have been. That's like my number one thing over like, rap's cool, but like, how many rap albums actually have that replay volume that maybe a beat tape would? Like, I like listening to longer. Like, if it's all instrumental stuff, I like listening to long stuff. And I told you I do it for me. So sometimes they're short, but sometimes they're long.
All right. I dig that. So like as far as like sonically and everything with the album, like what do you think separates this album that we have versus everything else? Because me personally, I'll just tell you like it's a culmination of everything I've ever done. Like I've never spoken about tripping on shrooms like this. I've never spoke really about Raul. I really give you, yeah, there's a lot of songs, bang, bang, through. I got a lot of tracks that like that, but really, you're getting a lot of like, what if this doesn't go well? Like, what the fuck is gonna, like you're getting a lot of things I've never really spoke about. So to me, in my opinion, this is really like the apex, the pinata, the pinnacle, the mad villainy for me. Like, it's just in its own lane. You can't put this like this ain't an underground album.
Yeah.
This ain't a this or that. This is really its own thing.
Yeah, so I would say this album you have like a lot of different areas of like when I was learning how to make beats and then like how I feel like I'm comfortable making beats. So you have a lot of different time periods of when I was doing beats, and it's just you have a lot of beats that actually are not on like beat tapes. I would say you got a lot of beats that I haven't put out or that you specifically got. So
like what would just like what do you think, like how does this album stand out from like your other beat tapes? Because I thought like a few of these beats are on like Southside Story. I forgot what other one might be on a beat tape, you know. Um
I mean, first of all, you're on it. We got a great MC on it who's leading his vision. That's I would say that's probably the biggest thing that separates it from my beat tapes. You are like you're the main instrument.
oh
You
man.
know what I mean? Whereas all my other stuff, just kind of like, they're just beats. I just put them together for me and whatever to come out. People like them, pick them, whatever. Yeah, but you're like this. This is. I mean, I know you say this is our album. This is like you really you put it together.
Yeah. What I think about it is, in graffiti terms, your beats are the wall. And everything I do is
Okay, I
I'm
see what you
hitting
mean.
up
Yeah.
on it. And we made that. Like you're the canvas and I did everything else. That don't mean, oh, this is my album. And then C just made the beats. Cause that's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? In graffiti, the literally the best spots are what counts. Anyone can just tag on a fucking freeway, tag on a fucking sidewalk, fucking dickhead was here. But it's really like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that wall that is fucking on the corner of fucking Cesar Chavez and Soto, everyone looks at that wall. I'm gonna hit that shit up because I know that wall is gonna get me seen by all these motherfuckers. Or that billboard that overlooks the 10 and the 215, everyone looks at that fucking billboard. So I'm gonna go and hit that bitch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see what you're
So
conveying. Yeah, I'm probably not giving my
you,
credit. I just make the
it's
beats, man.
really like I really gotta and I don't want to sound corny. I don't want to compare myself like that, but we're really like the Mad Villain. If it's not Freddie Gibbs and Madlib already, we're our own Mad Villain. If Mad Villainy or whatever. Um,
Yeah, we come together and make a great partnership, man. We make it happen for sure.
oh man, this album it means a lot to me, bro. You have no idea that and the beats to me are just like they're not like any other beats I've ever heard, I've ever done. I love I love this album. This is literally I've made albums where when I'm done with it, I'll be like, nah, you know what I mean? Or I have doubts about it.
Mm.
This is without a doubt fucking the best shit in the world to me. And I could give a fuck who thinks about what. Because this is like every
Yeah,
song, I'm saying something, there's a message, I'm either singing, it's a vibe, it's something in there for everybody, I feel like in every track, which I think is missing
yeah,
in today's climate where people they just want to put out shit. They just want to put out something every. It took us 7 months to do this. There's a reason. We weren't just sitting back,
yeah,
oh well, the shit will put itself together. Like no, this shit was really like a fucking consistent idea where I was thinking, what should I talk about? This is corny. No, that idea is cool. Let's build on it. And it was just like an everyday process.
yeah,
So, and what's funny is without even really me thinking about it too much, I kind of brought the Earl Sweatshirt philosophy to it where you've seen the NPR I don't like shit where he said, last
exactly what
song
you're about to say
first,
too. Yeah,
first song last. I literally Bonafide was one of the first three songs. That's last. The last song I ever recorded for the album was Mama Said. I didn't think about
yeah,
that. I didn't go, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make the album backwards. Cause I think when artists they come into that mindset, like I'm gonna write it backwards, I don't think that's I don't know. Cause really when you look at it, I did it really all from top to bottom. It's just the first and the last tracks were made, and and I just flipped them.
hmm,
But I mean, to me, it's like a fucking me making this album was like fucking or like sequencing the album was like a fucking Rubik's cube. It's like, oh, this don't fit. This is boom. All sides green, all sides red, all sides blue. Bitch, we did it, and like that's how I feel about it.
yeah,
And I try to represent both cultures. I know there's not there's not really
yeah.
much about Indiana, but I even sprinkled like Indiana Jones. I don't know if he's from Indiana. Is he from Indiana? No. Okay, so
I think I don't know where he's from.
really?
Probably the West Coast, man. I think so. You got to see the third movie because I know you told me you only seen the second and the fourth one. I'm like, how the fuck you ain't seen the first and the third one? Those are like the best ones.
I
But
don't know.
yeah,
Let's look up where I'm gonna bang on the live real quick. Where's Indiana Jones from? What hood is he from? He's from Princeton, New Jersey. Are you fucking serious?
you got your answer. I didn't even know that honestly. I thought he was on the West.
He's definitely not from the West. Not dressing like that. He's not.
Well, the only reason I say that in the third movie when he's young, it looks like it's like taking place in like Utah or some shit. At least the beginning when they have like some younger sequence of it.
Ain't that the
So
north
I don't
though?
know.
Isn't Utah the north?
I mean, it's still in the West. No, I mean, it's warmer over
Oh,
there than
that's
it
for
is here.
sure. Even though it is. Oh no, Utah's like right here. I don't know why I thought
Yeah,
Utah was somewhere by fucking
yeah.
like Montana or something.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like right next to
it's
you, really.
Cali, Nevada, and then boom, you got Utah.
Yeah,
Wow. But in either way, I fuck with Indiana Jones. You know, he didn't have no gun
yeah.
on him, even though he did shoot a motherfucker in the head or whatever the fuck it was. Whatever movie that was. Lego Indiana Jones. Probably one of my favorite games as a kid. Never seen.
Oh, let me tell you real quick on a side note.
No.
My Xbox 360 broke the other day. I was trying to play Lego Indiana. The 360 done. I was playing it, and then the 360 just
What
crashed. I said,
the
"All right, no more
fuck?
games."
Why?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that one. Yeah,
I,
that
I
was something I did
literally
when coming
have
up as a kid.
the biggest
Fun
collection I
game.
have is 360 games, bruh. God.
Yeah, those are the good days, man. Probably the best game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when people say like, oh, you know, I still listen to Big L's first album or whatever the fuck. I think there's a nostalgic component with that. Like, whenever you smell pizza and you think of like when you were 5 and you were at the mall or something like that. I forgot
Mhm.
what that's called. Um, forgot what that's called. But when you associate memories to like other shit, I think it's called synesthesia.
Uh,
Synesthesia, yeah.
Synesthesia. Okay.
Um, I think that's what it is when you associate like Pharrell, where you could play like a chord and like he sees blue, or he plays something else and he sees colors and shit like that. I think that's what it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like where if like literally yesterday I ate a brownie from somebody and I thought it was an edible, so I'm over here like, oh my god, I got high, and like no, I'm just freaking out because I ate an edible and then in my brain, somewhere in my mind, it took me to where I would be fucking high as fuck, but it had nothing in it. It was, you know,
Hmm.
2 hours went by and I'm like, yeah, bro, if this was an edible, I'd be like laughing my ass off or something. Like, you know what I mean? Um, why did we
Hmm.
even start talking about synesthesia anyway? Oh, the video games. Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like with the video games, it's more of that component to where, as a kid, I played SmackDown versus Raw 2008, Lego Batman. Yeah, when you play it again now, it's not the fucking, the next level, best graphics and all that, but it holds a certain place in your heart because, I remember waking up at
Hmm.
5 in the morning, playing that shit, probably until for like a good 12 hours or something ridiculous. I was a fucking video game nerd for sure as a kid.
Not me too, for real.
Oh, what was it?
Me too. But I will say on that, you bring in Indiana Jones and talking about the Indy 500. I know you've never been to Indiana, and I don't recommend you ever come here. There's nothing here. You're better off. You're better off staying on the West Coast. There's probably, each place in the world has their pros and cons, but I would rather be in warm weather all the time than be over here. But what you did sprinkle in, bringing the best of both cultures, I definitely think
Mhm.
speaks volumes when people listen to it in full. You
Yeah,
definitely get that.
because I wanted to bring something authentic. I didn't want to come on and be like, I didn't want to research shit, you know, and be like,
Yeah.
you know, uh, 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 I met the homie Gary, but shout out Freddie Gibbs, this Indiana. You know what I mean? Like it's so. Don't do that. All the rappers out
Yeah.
there, if you're trying to make a cohesive album, just let it come naturally. You don't have to look up the 5 fucking most known things the that are from somewhere. Like if it's Indiana or whatever. Like yeah, I had to talk about the Indy 500, because that's like talking about Cali without talking about LA. Like if you're gonna make an album about Cali and you don't talk
Right.
about LA, it's like that's fucking dumb, you know?
That's like the biggest thing we have going on in Indiana
Mhm.
each year is the 500. So even though I know nothing, I've
That's
never been to the
something I
500.
would go to
I don't
see
know where the
because I know my pops likes it. He likes that drag racing shit. But the Indy 500, how long is that shit? Like fucking. That's
it's
what
at least
I'm
6 hours.
saying, bro. Like I remember going with my dad to the drag racing, and I remember it being like 6 hours. I'm like, how the fuck can you shit on your ass on a fucking steel or whatever metal bench? And what?
And it typically it's on Memorial Day, right? And here, I guess it depends on the weather, but it's Memorial Day. It gets really hot. Like this past year's Memorial Day in Indiana, it was like in the high 90s.
That ain't shit.
So yeah, I know you're gonna say that it ain't shit compared to the West Coast, but that's like it. I mean, 6 hours of sitting on some steel benches in 90-degree
You're gonna
weather. I
sweat
mean,
your
it's
ass
gonna
off
get
for
hot
sure, even
for
in
sure.
90-degree weather. When the heat wave hit us, it was like 110 degrees in the warehouse I was working at. It shit felt like
Oh,
120. It was so hot, bro. I literally wanted to stab somebody. Like so. I know in that heat wave, at least 3 people got shot. Like, like,
yeah, I know. What I've heard about heat waves, people get angry and bad shit happens. So, and I
hey
and
man, you gotta. It's a good thing I'm strapped up. I'm trying to get my concealed carry, bro. Like my dad was
yeah.
totally against guns. Until I got mine and shit. Like he breaking the rules down. Like if your mom ever finds you with it, or if something goes down, you got to sell it right away. Fucking literally, we had to keep this shit a secret from my mom and shit. But as soon as like he came and because he got the gun with me and shit. But as soon as you know, he was checking like all the straps they had at the store and the different bullets. He was sold. Like he wanted to buy a 45 right there and all that shit. I'm like, oh, what happened to Mister? Oh, fucking, lay the law down on me and shit. But in Cali, it used to be like you couldn't have a concealed carry because what concealed carry is for anyone who doesn't know, it's you got a gun on you, but it's not open carry. You can't have a gun on your hip like a cowboy, walk in a Walmart and buy groceries. That's super illegal. There's no open. I think there's open carry permits, probably in Texas, but in Cali, you for sure can't have that. A concealed carry is you have it, under your shirt, in your boot. You can't be known you have a gun on you. That's why it's called a concealed carry. But in California now, now I heard that they're just passing them out like peppermints and shit. Like anyone, like, oh, like you got a heartbeat, oh, you got a pulse, oh, okay, we'll give it to you.
It'll be harder to get any of that out there
Nah,
these
I
days,
think
at
that's
least.
what it
But
is because of all these shootings and shit going on. I think Cali is like, you know what? Since shit is getting shot up, we might as well just keep track of the people who have guns just in case something pops off. It's like, okay, like, boom, this fool, like, that's what I don't understand. It's like, man, why the fuck aren't school shooters getting shot? Like, that's why I want to conceal carry because God forbid I'm at a fucking wing stop trying to get some wings and somebody busts in. Everybody get on the fucking floor. I'm gonna be like, well, it's my time to shine. If this guy shoots a
yeah,
fucking fry boy or something, do 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 do. Like I'm like literally letting the whole shit go. Like, and I got hollows, and I had to sign paperwork for that shit, and the fucking government knows I got them on me, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, with a hollow point at close range, somebody's head is getting popped off. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
You good? You good? It looked
For
like you
sure.
got a little sleepy on me.
No, I sleep silently, G. So that's
I
why I'd be
thought you,
scared.
I thought you were giving me like the dope feeling, and I'm like, oh damn, here we go.
No, I've sneezed silently. It's my trade secret. Whenever I have
Oh,
to sneeze, I sneeze
when
silently.
I sneeze,
You
everybody
won't even.
knows, the whole block knows and shit. Like the whole, it's like this motherfucker Serb sneezing over here again and
Yeah.
shit.
When I was younger, I got tired of people telling me "bless you" all the time, and I'm just like, I mean, it's cool, I get it, but I'm just like, I don't want to be the person. I never liked attention drawn to me, so
Hmm.
I learned how to sneeze silently, which apparently isn't healthy
Really?
for you, they say, but I'm like,
What
oh,
kind of
whatever. I've
pussy
been doing
shit
it
is
for
that?
years, nothing. I don't know. People just thinking, talking.
Yeah. So then we should go back to Bonafide. That was like, I think I want to say the first or second song I ever wrote for the album. Um, what is
Hmm.
it? I think I wrote the hook first. Time for change if it's making sense. All the real they done came and went. Saw the pain from my mother's steps. All the same, we could make a bet. That's kind of more so what I wanted to do the whole album to where I wanted to just kind of like be introspective. But looking back at it, imagine if I had every song was like a deep message, you know? I would sound like fucking Martin
Hmm.
Luther King or like Malcolm X. Not trying to, not really trying
Yeah.
to do that. I could, but it's like then we would just have to make a gospel album or some shit like that. Uh, but a standout line for this, I said, um, I gotta wait patient for my time, but time is too slow. I gotta wonder why. I feel like that's a quote I've dealt with my whole life. As a kid, I would always be mad. Like, why do the grown-ups get to have like their own fucking shit in the house while why do the kids like why do we gotta get kicked out when the grown-ups gotta talk about shit? Like so I think I've always been like wanting to grow more than I already am now. You know what I mean? And especially as an
Yeah.
artist, like there'll be times where I'm so mad that like, why aren't I big yet? Like, why aren't I like a fucking? Why am I not signed to Jay-Z already? You know what I mean? And it's like the universe
Yeah.
don't work like that though. Like if that could just happen tomorrow, you know, MC Dickface would be signed, or the next day. You know what I mean? Shorty Pants from fucking wherever he signed. So it's like a big theme of the album is like you gotta work for yours. Like, and even if it don't really work out, you still gotta just figure it the fuck out, like a Rubik's cube. You know?
Yeah. You got to keep.
Yeah,
Can't stop. Time waits for no man. So
that's for sure. Is there any standout, anything that stands out for you in that track?
I'm shocked
For
you picked the
real?
beat.
Why is that?
Yeah. I thought it was a
What?
throwaway. Yeah.
That's like that might be the most important beat on that album. Like for real, for real.
Well, shit. I mean, all the beats on there. Thank you, but I'm shocked you say that. So I made that. I'm like, I thought it was too like maybe I think about it too much. That was like in the past. But I'm like, kind of repeated itself a little bit too much.
Mhm.
But like, I'm not a rapper. You know what I mean? So if you're a rapper, you use that shit to your advantage, I guess. But I got tired of hearing it. I probably had it on for like an hour. I'm like, I'm sick, I'm
Yeah,
fucking sick of hearing this.
yeah.
So
What I could relate it to is like you don't know how important your music is to other people. Like when artists be like, "Oh,
right.
I didn't even know my shit." Like when people say like, "Yo, your music saved me." Like I was gonna fucking like off myself, or like I was going through depression or whatever, and your music literally got me through the shit. That's how I feel like with your beats. Like sometimes I'll be shocked, like, bro, like how do you not know this shit was a banger? Like this was that shit. You know what I mean?
I just get stoned and make beats, man. I keep going.
That's
I don't
that's
think
what
about
I'm
it.
talking about. Like too, like it's just like we're just going so fast, you know. I gotta wait patient for my time, you know.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get caught up in my beats and shit. I just I like I'm like you said, like some beats like stick out to me. I'm like, you like, yeah, this is my favorite. I'll hold on to it. But I'm really just making beats. I try not to get too attached. Like we were talking about this yesterday too. I try not to get too attached to something because then you spend too much time on it. I'm just really just trying to make it to the best I can and then move on. Because the real goal is just to make a bunch of beats.
That's so crazy how we could
Because
just like, and me too. I'm the same way. Where I know for a fact this is something I made real quick. Made the song real quick, whether it be "The Jug Is Up," "South Side Story," but there's gonna be a kid somewhere that knows what I'm talking about and is like, bro, that song, like, it means everything to me. And to me, it's more so like it's not a deep song to me, but to other kids out there that need that song, that are like, yo, like this shit really represents where we're from. It means that much more to them, you know. But in the moment, when
yeah,
you're just doing it and you're just hammering out these songs, these beats, whatever it is, you're not thinking about the future. But it's so crazy because it's like the gift that keeps on giving. Because then you got to stand back and look like,
yeah.
oh shit, like, because I'd be like that too. Whenever someone says, yo, this song is fire, automatically I go to that song and I'm like, oh shit, like, oh, I get what he's talking about, you know. Um,
Well said.
yeah, man, this album means everything to me. And then we have the Triple X XXX Tentacion, the last live he did before he was murdered. You know, that's the skit that I put in there. That shit's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. Like he literally says, you know, if I ever die or become a sacrifice, and he was like murdered like an hour or something like that after that. That's fucking scary, bro.
Yeah. He spoke it kind of
Which
into
is
existence in
fucking
a way.
sad. Like, you know,
Yeah.
um, that's why I try to be
Mm.
careful with my words now. Even the way I do my gun talk, I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not trying to be the aggressor. I'm trying to be the defender. So if, God forbid you
Right.
try to come at me, you're getting laid the fuck down. Like that's the way I try to
No,
portray my songs. It's like I'm not like, you know, looking for people to fucking start shit with. I'm really more so like, you know, I don't want to do it, but if it comes down to me or you, it's definitely not gonna be me. You know,
no, yeah,
like
no,
my
I'm with you. I
mom
get
wants
you.
to see me. I got cousins that look up to me. There's no way I'm gonna let my life be in danger, um, or fall to like the wrong kind of shit. And another big thing of this album is like I'm doing a whole bunch of fucked up shit just so I could better myself, you know? And I feel like what
Hmm.
a lot of people are gonna miss that. And I probably shouldn't have said it, but like I really wanted I really want people to listen to this album. If you don't listen to this whole album and say, damn, like a lot of this shit he was saying is kind of fucked up, you gotta just look at it and be like, you got to figure it out. You know what I mean? I don't want to give it all away, but it's like you got to be like, okay, like it's the medicine is with the food, like Prodigy said. You just got to pick it apart and be like, oh, okay, like this is what he really means, or this is all like, you know, for kind of like this capital gain, you know. And there's kind of
Yeah.
there's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Whether it's selling drugs or you know, selling pussy online or whatever the fuck it is. You know, do you have like some sort of like where's the respect, the self-respect, the self-morals and all that? Because I used to do fucked up shit. I used to not give a fuck. I used to fucking steal from people. I used to, you know, I used to do bad shit. And I kind of want trying to take that chance and represent that in the album, because if you're not listening to this and going, oh man, this was kind of fucked up, you're really not like, if you're really like, oh yeah, sir, like, oh yeah, he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet, you'd have missed the whole point of the album, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, just a big thing was like, I was kind of in the streets doing dumb shit, but then I got away from it. But then when I met like some new homies like with Chaba and shit, I found myself getting real the fuck back in. Like I seen a somebody smoke fucking meth in a car with me, and I remember just being like, I can't fucking do this shit anymore. Like I can't fucking, you know. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not saying I'm a fucking drug dealer or whatever. I got cousins, I got family, I got friends who live that life. But I'm trying to embody all this shit, all the negative things, and try to turn it into a positive. This sounds like a
Yeah.
fucking therapy session at this point.
No, no. You
Mhm.
talking. We talking about the album. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to live righteously while a lot of like temptations and a lot of bad things are out there, you know? Like if you want to
yeah,
party and have a good time and your homie offers you like a Xanax or something and you take it, you know, yeah, you want to go have fun and all this good shit, but bro, like what is what is your life worth, bro? Cuz I've had homies, they poured like they poured like, what is this, 8 ounces? This is 4 ounces. I know homies who poured two of these, what is it, the lean and shit like that. Two of these and a 2 liter fucking Sprite, put two Xannies in there, and they both drank like the whole shit.
yeah. I never really understood the point of doing shit like that. 'Cause, I mean, probably like you were saying in the past, you know, I probably was surrounded by people who definitely were no good for me. You know, they were doing some bad shit similar to that, and like you were saying, you're like looking around your environment, what's going on. You're like, do I really want to be like a part of this? Like you have like a wake up call, like of awareness, just like, you know, I gotta do better. I gotta
Yeah, man. And
do
one
what's
thing I
necessary.
also touched on this album, where um, I said on the Juggers Up, where I was like, I'm balling like I never heard of Michael Jordan, scoring, snorting, slinging something self-absorbent. You know, I kind of had like a coke problem, which I never ever really talked about. I talked about getting
Right.
high and shit like that, but it's cool. You think you're cool. You buy a fucking gram or whatever, and you with your homies, you cut some lines up, and you sniffing, and you think you're fucking cool and shit like that. None of that shit is cool, like at all. You know what I mean? You could have
Mm-hmm.
like that. That's another thing too with the album. It's like that shit ain't cool. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
going out there, you gang banging, you shooting at people, you dealing drugs, you doing drugs, you're pimping, you smacking bitches, and like that ain't cool, bro. Like that's the game, yeah, but fuck the game. You know what I mean? But what I'm really trying to do
Yeah.
is bring those experiences, and I'm not glorifying it. I'm just trying to talk about my environment in a way that no one's really talked about shit like this in the way that I've done it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you can only talk about
Mhm.
your experiences the way you've experienced them, you know. They're unique to your life and how you express that in your music.
And And another thing too is like your friends are not your friends. The friends that you think are your friends are the ones that you pop pills with, you drink with, you do this with. Say, hey man, um, I need help, or fuck all that. Let's just watch a fucking movie or something. If they're not down with that, they're not your friends. The friends that you need about there The friends that you need to
Yeah.
get weed with and do dumb shit with, they're not your friends. You know?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Personally, I learned the
Me
hard way
too.
doing a lot of that shit in the past. You know, yeah, the only thing you have in common with them is you smoke weed or you do some vice, and then you think you're actually like close to them just based off talking experiences or whatever. But really, the only thing you have in common with them is that you like to do a vice or do some stupid shit.
Show
They're not your fucking friend.
up to your stoner friends and have no weed and see how they treat you.
Oh no, I have. Well said. I've done that before. You ever heard the saying, "You're invited, but you're not welcome"?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah, bro, it's
So,
pretty much, that's funny because I have a saying where it's like, oh, how come you didn't go to this party? How come you didn't do this? Or how come I don't see you like that anymore? I say, if I was welcomed, I would be invited. You know?
well, yeah. Okay, I see.
It's kind of
Okay,
like,
yeah, yeah.
so
Okay,
these people
yeah.
know that I don't fuck with that shit, so they know not even to be like, ask me. You know what I mean? Which is lame because I want to go party. I could party without drinking. I could do that shit, you know? But
No
who's
doubt,
really
yeah.
a friend? It goes back to what do we really have in common, you know? So, that's pretty much really all I had. What song means the most to you?
That's a great question. I think we spoke about it yesterday a little bit too. Probably Sunshine. It's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite, and that's the one that speaks to me the most too. The how you send it off. That's how I feel personally as well. You know, you saying you can do anything you put your mind to. You talk. It's talking all that
Mm-hmm.
universal stuff within it. Yeah, I feel the same way. As a lot of people don't think about it that way because they don't really believe in themselves like that. You know, once you kind of get to the point where you really feel like you have nothing left to lose, that's when you really believe in yourself and you can really do absolutely anything you put your mind to. There are no barriers or
I
limits,
feel you on
you
that
know.
one, and I didn't even really think of it like that, but people literally don't do what they want to do because they feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, that I can't do this or I can't do that, and they literally set themselves up like you're setting yourself up for failure before you even do any of that shit. So
Yep.
that's what going back to I'm a vessel. That's literally at the end when I heard like, cause you know how it goes from da 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 to like you switched it up at the end. I was like, oh, okay, like I gotta say something, and then boom, like literally the first that was one take. Like I did the whole hook, and I just said right off the top, you could do anything you want to do, whether it's whatever you believe in, whoever you pray to, like just none of that shit matters, bro. Like just whatever you want to do, go and do that shit.
Yeah, yeah, and like I know you had sent me a cut of the you had like we have 3 cuts of that song. You had sent me a cut where that was
Mm-hmm.
gone. I'm like, no, I like that's raw. You got to keep that there because I would say
Mm-hmm.
it really brings it home. You know, time. You know, we have a limited time in this world, so why would you want to limit yourself? Just be limitless. You know, keep moving forward and do everything that you can accomplish or want to
Yeah, man. I
accomplish.
think I think Sunshine is really like they'll look back on that song and be like, oh, like this album is nothing but you fucking talking about street shit. But that'll be that one song where it's like, nah, but is listen to this song because yeah, there's a little bit of whatever the fuck in there, but really we're talking about our cousin that passed away and we're trying to do this shit for him. And the way we ended off is like you could do whatever because
Yeah,
it's like I'm not trying to I wasn't trying to be like preachy or by anything by all means or anything like that. It's just like we have such a short time on this fucking earth. It's a blink of an eye. Like I could have swore I was just getting high yesterday. boom, it's been already like a year and a fucking like 2 months, you know. So you may not think, yeah, you know, yeah, tomorrow you might not be fucking a superstar. You might not be rapping with Nicki Minaj or whatever you want to do. But if every day you just dedicate a little bit of time to whatever it is, you like baking, you like doing graffiti, you like fucking knitting sweaters, whatever it is, you fucking do at least, you know, the 1,000 hours shit, you know, the outliers, you know, you just dedicate,
Yeah,
you dedicate an hour a day at your craft. How many days is in a year? 365? So that's 3.5 years. You could already be a master by just dedicating 1 hour every day, bro. You got 24 hours in a day. There's no excuse, you know? I feel
yeah.
like I'm way
Hmm.
past. Is it 1,000 or 10,000?
I think it's 10,000 hours into a craft. What's his name? Malcolm Gladwell's thing was if you put
Mm-hmm.
10,000 hours into a craft, in
Okay, so
master that
then it'd
craft.
probably be like 30 something years.
Like, yeah,
Oh, is
no, it's
it
like 5, 6 if you're consistent. Yeah, it's like 5, 6
an hour
if you're
a
consistent
day
with it for
though?
sure. I don't know about an hour a day. I think you got to put
Yeah,
maybe a
like
little bit more into that.
5 at least.
Maybe like 2 or 3, because an hour, shit, the same way I look at like 5 minutes, an hour
Mm-hmm.
can go away in a blink of an eye easily. Like I know some people who get sucked into what we're on right now, and it's like an hour later, and you just like, you've been staring at this thing fucking mindlessly scrolling, and just like, damn, I thought I was only on here for a couple minutes. I think most people are guilty of that, but that shit can happen.
Yeah, bro, it's we have all these fucking distractions. Nobody wants to really. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to make a fucking TikTok of them dancing or whatever the fuck, and nobody really has like any
Hmm.
foresight as to like what the fuck they want to do. Um,
Scary.
would that also be like a standout beat too out of the whole album, Sunshine? Yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was when I made it.
I
That was one
think
of my
me too.
favorites.
I think that's the most standout beat, the most standout song for sure.
Yeah, I used that. I was telling you on that Bloomington trip, I got a couple Brazil records. It was one of those records. That was something about
Oh, they
Brazil,
got
man.
some. They not only did they got beautiful music, but they got beautiful women too. I'm trying to knock me a Brazilian baddie too.
No doubt.
uh, yeah. Um, should we talk about the songs that are gonna get cut? I'm thinking of making the road to Sonya. That'll be Street Fighter, Horsepower, and Golden Ticket. Did you want to
Okay.
keep any of those for the album, or is that cool?
Hey, man, I'll leave it to you. I like pretty much everything you recorded to. There's just some
Hmm.
stuff that stands out more than others. So however you want to put the album together, I'm cool with it. So if you want to put that to the Road to the Sonya for
Hmm.
those 3 tracks, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Street Fighter, Horsepower, and Golden Ticket, pretty much I talk about kind of the same things we've already talked about. We don't really need to cover them. Um, Golden Ticket is more so like finally getting something that you worked hard for. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a trophy, but let's just say you worked hard as fuck to get that dream job. Like that's your golden ticket. You know, maybe you didn't hit the lotto. Like perfect example. The fucking Powerball was like $1 billion or something like that, or something crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and me and my
Hmm.
dad, we were pitching in money to get those tickets, and I put the ticket on my altar and I made an offering on my ofrenda. And I told my grandpa, I was like, yo, I was like, you gonna get us some money or what? I was like, what we doing? Are we gonna win? What are we gonna win? You
Yeah.
know, obviously I didn't hit the lotto, but I did get a new job offer for, in my job. I got a better position. So that was like, you know what? I think that's where the golden ticket shit it kind of comes from. It's like, yeah, I didn't win the lotto, but fuck the lotto. You know what I mean? That's my golden ticket right there. I got something that it means more to me than anything else because I worked my ass off a year fucking just like moving boxes and shit like that, and fucking it paid off. I finally got a better position, and the same bitches that were laughing at me like, oh, like you're just the manager's assistant, because I would like help out everybody and just try to do the best I could do and shit. Now they're like, oh, you got a new position? Oh, that's cool. Congratulations. It's like, fuck you, bitch. What happened to, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
the manager's assistant. Suck my dick, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole,
Yeah, man. Manifesting for the
you know,
best, you know what I mean?
and I think that's a perfect way to end it off. You know what I mean? I know I didn't intro it, but this is the God's Hour, episode 75, part 2, featuring NC. Is there anything we didn't cover before we get out of here that you would like to add? Any listeners for the album, anything like that?
Go
Oh
listen
yeah.
to
By the
it.
way, it's out now.
Just
Not to cut you out, but it's out. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Hanukkah, all that good shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
everybody. Yeah.
please
Yeah,
continue.
listen to it. Yeah, go listen to it. Don't sleep on it. You know, I think it's some of our best work, and we definitely elevated each other to make a really good product
Hmm.
for people to check out
For sure.
for itself. You know,
It's the best. It's the best album. I don't think it's one of the best. I think it's the best. Fuck every album that came out in 2022. I don't care what rapper came out. You know, motherfuckers is already making the best of 2022. Oh, hold on, wait, you ain't heard SONYA yet. You still got like 7 days.
yeah, yeah, we about to drop the our own kind of nuclear bomb on them. You know what I mean? Surprise shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
bro, it's
mean?
really like, I can't believe people are doing that. Like, you gotta wait until at least like the middle of January to really like listen. Like, if you're a critic,
Yeah,
you gotta at least wait until the end of 2022 to really bring it all in. Like, oh,
for
you know
sure.
what? That album wasn't, if it dropped in January and it's a whole year, how did that stack up between all the other albums? You know what I mean? You can't tell me
Yeah,
you drop an album in January and be like, oh, this is the best song of 2022. It's like, dickhead. It's barely 2020. Yeah, that shit was like 9 days ago. It was 2021. Like, you can't do that shit, you know? So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't.
yeah, I'm saying this right now. Me and NC are the new Mad Villain. Uh, I'm basically the new MF Doom. Sorry, Makami. And NC is the new Mad Lib. Sorry, Mad Lib. It's just, uh, we're taking this shit to where ain't nobody even thinking about it. We're the youngest motherfuckers doing it like that. And yeah, fuck everybody. We going in.
Was
Straight up,
telling
bro.
them.
I would like to thank you again for your time. You know what I mean? I appreciate you coming through again on the fly. I'm doing this. I'm trooping through this shit. I'm all sick and shit. I don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah, it's always on here, and I hope shout out to yourself for doing it because I know we were talking about like if you wanted to do it another time before Christmas, we definitely could. Because I don't, when I'm sick, I don't like to do shit. I'm irritable, aggravated, so I get it. So shout out to yourself for
Thank
being
you,
a
bro.
trooper coming through.
I was mad too, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to wake up tomorrow and it get worse. You know what I mean? Like, just in case.
Right?
Yeah.
You starting to feel
Um, I'm I'm just trying
good.
to. I just want to do it while we can. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
Sonya, the album, man, is I can't praise the album anymore. It's just really like an embodiment of everything I've done. I feel like it's an embodiment of everything you've done. I think it's the best beats you've got that I picked. And yeah, this is the God's hour. You feel me? And she, thank you again. And
No,
we out
no
this
doubt.
bitch.
Pleasure, man.
Peace. Later.
Salute, yo.